So last year LEGO dropped their Batman Arkham Asylum modular set, and while the build itself is pretty nice, the figures left a lot to be desired. Seeing as LEGO Batman is pretty much the only theme that I collect, I've taken it upon myself to gather the best versions of every figure that I could. Now this collection is still a work in progress, but I'm happy enough with it to do a little showcase here. I'd love some feedback if you've got any, but let's get right into it. Before we get started, I just want to preface this by saying the majority of these character designs are based on the Batman Arkham series of video games, which are my favorite iterations of these characters. We're going to start off with the main man himself, Batman. Pretty classic part usage here, dual molded legs. He's got the big flowy cape from the Arkham Asylum set. He's got that old second iteration Batman cowl. I think this one's perfect. It's my favorite one. The only thing that I want to add to improve this figure are the dual molded arms from the new CMF Shrek series. I think those will be perfect for this figure. We'll throw in Bruce Wayne here with him. Same kind of thing. Classic part usage. This is the Bruce Wayne from the 2012 Batcave set, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong about that. With this nice wavy hairpiece. But I'm pretty happy with these two overall. Not much I would change. Next up, we've got Commissioner Gordon and Alfred. Both from the LEGO Batman movie. Both near perfect figures in my opinion. Especially this beautiful Commissioner Gordon. So detailed. It looks so good. I am in love with this figure. I think it's perfect. There's nothing I'd change about it. I really love this figure. This Alfred is also beautiful. And next up, while we're on the Bat family, why don't we just go through these Robins real quick. First up, we got Dick Grayson, Nightwing. Pretty simple, but quite nice. Quite a cool figure. Next up, we've got Tim Drake, Robin, from that old Joker Funland set with the Teen Titans. That was a really good set. Something I'm very fortunate to have gotten when it came out. I'm glad this figure is still in somewhat decent condition. Next up, we've got Damian Wayne, Robin. He's got that nice two-sided cape, which I am a fan of. And he looks pretty cool. And lastly, we've got our Red Hood. Huge fan of this figure. Another one that I'm very fortunate to have gotten at the time of its release. I just love this figure. I would like to give him some dual molded legs at some point, but that's not really a priority at the moment. And to finish our Bat family, we've got Batwoman from the Arkham Asylum. Pretty much perfect figure in my opinion. Not really much I'd change about this. I would maybe give her some dual molded legs with some red boots, but other than that, this is quite perfect. It's a beautiful figure. And lastly, we've got Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. I actually don't love this figure. I think it's a little bit too colorful for what I'm going for. Right, I'm going for that Arkham games, Arkham City, Arkham Knight kind of style, where she's in a much more muted suit. I think it's black and gold. The purple just, it looks nice. It's a very nice figure. But I know there is a more fitting Batgirl figure that's quite expensive, but that's something that I would like to eventually have in my collection. Alright, let's move on to some villains. We gotta start off with the Joker. Now, I like the majority of what I've got here, but there's one glaring thing that really bothers me. It's that his suit is too dark. Now I've got a lot of Joker figures, and all of them have this dark purple suit. And there's one Joker figure from, I think it's from the animated series, where he is in that beautiful lighter color purple suit. And that's far more accurate in my opinion to the color of his suit in the Arkham games. And I think would look a lot better on this figure. I just haven't been able to get my hands on that figure yet, but that is definitely on my radar. We'll also throw Harley Quinn in there. pretty much perfect figure. I really have no complaints. I absolutely love this Harley Quinn design, and I think it's better than every single other Harley Quinn figure that has been released. I haven't really talked about their accessories too much. He's got a nice chrome knife, that classic knife, and the pistol from the Lone Ranger, which I'm, again, very fortunate to have gotten at the time of release. I don't know why I had that set, but I had it. And Harley's got just a baseball bat, but it's pretty fitting for her character. So, my next two figures are going to be Two-Face and the Penguin. Now, I'm not super happy with either of these. This Two-Face is just the Dark Knight Two-Face from the Tumblr set. The thing that bothers me the most about it is honestly his hair. It needs to be black. In the games, he's got very dark hair, and that is just the way I see the Two-Face. I also think a white suit would be really sick, but I don't think Lego's ever made anything like that. Actually, I think they have. It's just a little outdated printing-wise, and it's also very, very expensive. For Penguin, however, I'm overall pretty happy with this. I don't love the giant top hat. I think I'm going to get rid of that and put that bald hair piece that I've had on Alfred here, because I think I could use this piece for like Mad Hatter or something if I ever make him down the line. But overall, I'm content with these figures. Next two are generic figures that came in this set, but I think are near perfect. First off, this Poison Ivy is absolutely beautiful, and in my opinion, a pretty much perfect figure. There isn't really much I would change about it. I love green skin Poison Ivy. It's very reminiscent of her look in the Arkham games, and so I love this figure. Catwoman also is a great figure, very well detailed. The only thing that I want to add and change is that beautiful cowl piece from the Lego Batman movie. It's just very hard to find, and I haven't been able to get my hands on it. But overall, I'm pretty happy with these, and they look good on display with my Arkham Asylum. Next up, we've got Deadshot. This is the one that came out in 2016, I think. I had to buy this one on the aftermarket, but I actually found this guy at Bricks and Minifigs, I think. But I think this guy looks pretty nice. I mean, he's a little comic booky, but I'm a fan of the comic looks, and yeah. Next up, we've got another work in progress here. We've got Mr. Freeze. Now, a couple of things to note about him. He's got the arms from that Hades minifigure from the Disney CMF, I think. But I would really like to give him a more armored look. I think he needs to be bigger. I think he needs to be more intimidating, more menacing, to kind of fit the feel of Mr. Freeze that I'm going for. Next up, we've got the Riddler. I'm not super happy with this figure either. I think Riddler's a tough one. I think, there's been a lot of Riddler minifigures out there, and I actually have almost all of them, I think, except for the OG 2006 one. But none of them really have the vibe and the feel of the Arkham City, Arkham Knight Riddler that I'm going for. I like that kind of disheveled look. I've never been a huge fan of the spandex suit. Never really been a huge fan of the bowler cap, even though he's got it in the Arkham games. I think it kind of works there. But son of a bitch, dude. Sorry about that. My cat knocked over my shelves. That is very annoying. Anyways, a lot of changes I'd like to make to this figure. Not a huge fan of the legs. Not a huge fan of the figure as a whole, but he works for now. Next up, we've got a beautiful Hugo Strange figure. This is just the one from the Lego Batman CMF. I don't think I've changed anything. I think it's pretty much perfect. Huge fan of this. Next up, we got Man. I'm pretty sure this is... Ooh, he needs to be dusted off. This is just the bat figure from the Monster Fighters wave, if I remember correctly, with the legs of Werewolf by Night from the Lego Marvel CMF Series 2. Pretty simple, not much to him. Next up, we've got Scarecrow. Now, Scarecrow is an interesting one. There have been a lot of Scarecrow figures out there, but none of them have quite captured the look that I'm going for. I really like that raggedy, disheveled look. So he's got he's got multiple capes on. He's got that satchel. I think this is, I don't remember where this arm is from. It might also be from Werewolf by Night, actually. But a huge fan of this. I really actually like the way that this one has turned out. And to round up our villains, we've got 3 big figs to go over. First off, we got to zoom out for this guy. We got Killer Croc. Probably the best Killer Croc figure. I mean, the 2017 movie is also very good, but this is more the style that I'm going for. No complaints here. I love this figure. Alright, next up we've got kind of an interesting one here. We've got Clayface. Now, obviously this is not official Lego. This is from AliExpress. But Clayface is an interesting one, right? In my opinion, he's a very, very important part of Batman's Rogues Gallery, so I can't not have him. The problem is, Lego has never made a Clayface figure. They've made buildable figures, which are not really my style. I'm not a huge fan of them. So I had to find a solution, right? I had to compromise and settle for a knockoff. And it works fine for now. It looks fine with the rest of the collection. On its own, it looks kind of, cheap and terrible. But it works for now. And for our last main figure, we've got probably my favorite one in my entire collection. And that is Bane from the 2017 Lego Batman movie. Now, this figure was one that I missed on release, and it was a white whale of mine, something I was chasing for a really, really long time. I think it's probably my favorite big fig ever. I think it's beautifully detailed, and it's great. It's perfect in my opinion. So, I love everything about this figure. So I bit the bullet a couple months ago, and I do not regret this purchase. And he looks really great with the rest of my figures. And lastly, I just want to go over some inmates that I've got to populate the asylum. Fortunately, this set came with a lot of these jumpsuits, so I was able to use them to make some prisoners. I've also got some alternate styles from, I think this is from the Lego Batman movie? I'm not quite sure, but as you can see, there's a little bit of variation here in what they're wearing, which I kind of like. There's the back. And, yeah. That's about it. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing more like this, what I should add, what I should change. There are a couple of key players missing that I have yet to add to my collection, notably Deathstroke, Ra's al Ghul, Professor Pig. I need to make one. Court of Owls, stuff like that. Some really key players missing. But all in all, this is something I've been working at for a couple of months now. Since the Arkham Asylum came out, I've been trying to get the best versions of each one of these figures, and I'm pretty happy with the result that I've got so far. But let me know if there's anything you change, anything you like, and if you want to see more content like this. This is different from my other videos, so I'd appreciate some support and some feedback. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks. one last thing. I'm thinking about doing an expansion of my Arkham Asylum set. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing anything like that. Alright, peace.